It's funny. Last night, while finishing up some final notes for this video, I was rewatching my last year's video, the 2021-2022 season recap video, and wow. Just wow. What a difference a year makes. I mean, holy cow. Are you kidding me? From the second overall pick to the third best record in the league? Are you kidding me? That's a turnaround for the ages. And with that, welcome to the 2022-2023 New Jersey Devils regular season recap video and playoff preview, baby. Woo! Yes! Playoff hockey is back where it belongs in the Garden State. Woo-hoo! Yes! Oh, it feels so good to have a team of relevance again. And the best part is, this could be the start of something amazing. This isn't just a little, 1 year in, 1 year out. No. This team, the potential they have, and with more pieces coming still, I'm stunned. I'm shocked. I can't believe the turnaround this team has had. I never thought they would finally break out of being mediocre and just sometimes being straight trash. But yet, here we are. So let's just break it right down for you. Let us start with the final record, and that was 52-22-8. 112 total points, a .683 points potential, a +65 goal differential, second place in the Metro Division, as I said, third best record in the NHL, most wins and points in franchise history. And if you remember last year's video, I said last year was the worst statistical season in franchise history. So what do? Boom! They broke the wins record. They broke the points record for franchise history. Oh my God. I can't. I freaking can't. Oh, love it. And here's one other, and here's another stat for you as I break this all down. How about this one? They were never shut out in a game this season. 82 games, 0 times they were shut out in a game. Toronto also did the same thing. But still, that is even the Boston Bruins were shut out. Maybe once, maybe twice. The Devils? 0. Every game this past season, they have scored at least 1 goal. Wow. Again, stunned. 28 road wins, which tied for the most in franchise history. Good for them. And from last season to this season, a +49 point differential ties the largest one-year turnaround in NHL history. Over an 82-game season, I should mention that, but still, +49 point differential from one season to another. This team broke all sorts of records, not only for themselves, but in the league. So, yeah, complete 180 from last year. The most successful season in the past 10 years, and the best statistical season in franchise history. They are not duplicating this. This is it. In terms of stats, basic stats, I don't think another team is going to top this. Will there be another ever season like this? Close, but this? Especially after last season? Oh, I can't, it's amazing. And here's some more stuff for you here. So, in terms of wins, they had 27 last year, 28th in the NHL. What do? 52 this year. Boom, third in the league. How about points? 63 points last year, 28th. Boom, 112 this year, 3rd in the league. Goals for 2.99 last season, 19th in the NHL. Boom, how about 3.52 goals per game? Tied for 4th in the NHL. Goals against, 3.68, 29th in the NHL. How about this? Goals against this year, 2.718 in the NHL. Boom. All right, so now power play, which 15.6 last year, 28th in the league, 21.9%, 13th this year. Improved slightly. I still got some problems with it, but we'll get to that. Penalty kill, they even improved this year. They were 14th last year with 80.2% on the penalty kill. How about 82.6%? That is 4th in the entire league. They improved in all categories this season. Checked off every single little thing they need to do to make themselves better. And they took it to a whole nother level. Your goals leader last year is Jesper Bratt with 26. How about Jack Hughes with 43 this year? Assist leaders, Bratt with 47. How about Hughes this year with 56? Points leader, Bratt, 73. Hughes, 99. Jack Hughes was so close to that 100-point season. He finishes with 99. But you know what? I'm going to get to a certain someone related to Jack Hughes. And if you're a Devils fan, you know exactly who I'm talking about. I think him doing a little something this past Thursday, I think Jack could care less about getting 100 points, really. So we're going to get to him. Your plus-minus leader, how about Johnson? Andreas Johnson last year, who was a +4. Yeah, Thomas Tatar this year, a +41. Dear Lord. 20 goal leaders last year. They had 4 of them. This year, 7. 30 goals, 0 last year. 4 this year. 40 goal leaders, 0 this year. 2 this year. 70-point men, 1 last year. 4 this year. And 80-point men, 0 last season. 2 this year. It's amazing. Outstanding. Yeah, so let's go with that. One word to describe this season: outstanding. Exceptional. I don't want to say perfect because we had our ups and downs, but goddamn, this season was such a goddamn success. Woo! I am fired up. I love this team. Because for the fact that this is only year number 1 of this core, they're only going to get better. They're going to grow older. They're going to get wiser. They're going to perform better. They haven't even reached their primes yet. Oh, the amount of potential this team has is just so, oh, God, I love it. I freaking love it. So let's continue now. And here's a monthly breakdown of the season, of what has been the year, of Devils hockey. Let's start in October. The month of October. And I'll tell you what, for the way this season went, oh boy, October was a rough start, man. How about an 0-2 start to start the year? This team was 0-2 to start the year. 5-2 loss to Philadelphia on opening night. I watched it with a good friend of mine who is a Flyers fan. You know who you are, sir, Mr. FBG. How's it going, my friend? I know you're watching this right now. And then the home opener against Detroit, folks. I was there at Prudential Center. Those Fire Lindy chants. I was there. I can confirm, and I was doing them right there with them. Fire Lindy. We all remember that. So an 0-2 to start the year. And boy, I was pissed. I can't believe, I'm like, will this team ever get over the hump? Well, the rest of the way, they finished the month 6-3. Only one other loss that month of October. And that was October 24th against the Capitals. Other than that, they won every game. And after that game against Washington on October 24th, what did the team do after that? How about a 13-game win streak? Yes. 13 games in a row they won afterwards. And everyone was like, "Whoa, the Devils? Who saw this coming?" And there were some people out there who still doubted us. 13-game win streak, they still won't make the playoffs. Screw them. They ain't a playoff team. As I lose my hat. Son of a gun. Forget it. But anyways, 13 games in a row this Devils team won. I'm actually going to pick up my hat. There we go. As I already got the playoff flow going. I've been growing this since October. So I'm damn well ready for the playoffs. These people growing their playoff hairs and beards now. I have been going since October. I am well ready for the playoffs, baby. Woo! So anyways, 13 games in a row in November, into November. And unfortunately ended the night before Thanksgiving against those damn Maple Leafs, where they called back a not one, a not two, a not three, but four. 4 goals called back, and the fans threw beer cans on the ice, which I do not respect. That is trash. Anyone who did it, you are not a hockey fan. That is a prime rule. You do not throw anything on the ice. I don't care if we gave up, if they called back 10 goals. That is disrespectful. Never throw a damn thing on the ice, unless, of course, it is a hat trick, but I digress. You do not throw anything on the ice. You made us look like scumbags. Terrible fans. How dare you? So, what do they do after the 13-game win streak into December? Well, they came back down to earth, which was completely to be expected. I'll admit it. There's no way they were going to sustain that for the rest of the year. Of course they were going to come back to earth. Unfortunately, though, it was in the midst of a 6-game losing streak in the month of December. So definitely the come back down to earth month. And everybody's like, well, here it is, the True Devils. And there were, I'll admit, there was a little nervousness, myself included. Coming off the best month in franchise history, the come back down to earth month where you finish 4-9 in the month of December. And I thought to myself, is this it? Are the Devils of old going to start rearing its head? Is this team going to completely blow up in the month of January and just go right back down to the drums? And that 13-game win streak will be for naught. Guess what? They did it. How about 9-4 the month of January? Good momentum going into the All-Star break, proving this season is legit. So then into February, the real grind begins. Post All-Star break, and they finished 7-3. Again, another good month. Playing games every other day at some point, starting mid-February, going into March, and then it'll finally die down into the month of April. And then what do they do at the end of February? Well, I was at Prudential Center, not for a Devils game. It was a comedy show. Mr. Jeff Dunham, the ventriloquist. It was Sunday, February 26th. And there were rumors going around that weekend that, folks, Timo Meier, he will be traded. It's going to happen this weekend. And there were 3 teams involved. 1, the Carolina Hurricanes. 2, a mystery Vegas Golden Knights who came out of nowhere. And number 3, your New Jersey Devils. The Carolina rumors died down because San Jose was asking for too much. Vegas, who popped up out immediately, I want to say late Saturday night, early Sunday morning. But the Devils held through. And it was being rumored for at least a good month. Devils were in on Timo. Timo Meier is going to be a New Jersey Devil. So, the comedy show finishes about 5:30. And I look at my phone, and it's just blowing up. over 100 Twitter notifications. ESPN, CBS Sports, the NHL app, all blowing up on my phone. And I walk out of Prudential Center. And it was funny, I was going down an exit where there was a big Devils banner. And I looked at my phone. Timo Meier is a New Jersey Devil. I was going down that escalator. I looked up at that Devils banner. And I said, under my breath, of course, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Because I knew somewhere in that building. Because the front offices and Prudential Center are all in the same building. I don't know where exactly. That GM Tom Fitzgerald just pulled off a major heist. Oh, boy, the trade he pulled off. Timo's a devil. We didn't know the trade details for a good couple hours. It got a little shaky at some point because nothing was being announced yet. But once it became official, Timo's a devil, baby. Let's go. Let's freaking go. We're back. We're making moves. It's strange that over the past 10 years, this team could never land a big free agent. Because why would they play here for a bad team? And this is the biggest trade deadline. The biggest trade deadline acquisition since Ilya Kovalchuk. Biggest trade, I guess you could argue the Taylor Hall one in 2016, the summer of 2016. I think this is bigger, personally. The Hall one was more shocking because the fact it was A, Taylor Hall, B, 1-for-1 with Adam Larson. So I'll give it that. But just in terms of superstarness and just, not superstar, but just star player, big time trade, deadline trade, this might be the biggest one in Devils history. So that is the Timo Meier thing summed up. He joined the team in March, and they went 8-8 in the month of March. It wasn't pretty. March was definitely not pretty. But the big game, March 25th, Saturday night at Prudential Center. I was there against the Ottawa Senators. And after the first period ended, when they got news of the final score between the Rangers and Panthers, ladies and gentlemen, your New Jersey Devils have clinched a playoff spot, and that arena went bonkers. Playoffs clinched before April. And this was the team that had a second overall pick last June. What else is there to say? What else is there to say? So April comes around, they go 5-2, getting playoff ready. I was there for the last home game. Amazing. Luke Hughes' first NHL game. The game on Thursday against Washington to finish out the year. And I bring it back to Jack Hughes having 99 points. Luke Hughes that game. His brother, Luke, making his NHL debut. And folks, I was there at Prudential Center at the Devils draft party the night Luke got drafted. It was a happy feeling. Knowing that we got his brother. We got him. He's ours. We have the Hughes family. And it's great knowing that you were there the night he got drafted and watching his first NHL game. But what he did Thursday, not only getting his first career NHL point, but that overtime goal. Oh! That overtime goal. His skating. His speed. He outdeked 3 Capitals on his way to the net. And then wrapped it around and finished it. Oh. He's going to be special, man. He's going to be special. I love it. I freaking love it. So yeah, Jack Hughes getting 99 points. I think Luke getting his first and his NHL goal in the same night is a little more special. Lukey boy, as Jack Hughes said in the locker room after that game, as he was giving the little post-locker room speech. And that was your monthly breakdown of these 2022-2023 New Jersey Devils. Let's get to some stats now on the year. Jack Hughes, as I mentioned, obviously 99 points, 43 goals, 56 assists, a +10. New franchise leader for most points in the season belongs to number 86, Jack Hughes. Nico Hischier. How about this for Nico? Who's really stepped up and put himself into this captain's role. Just leader, and he had his best statistical year. New career year. New career records. 31 goals, 49 assists, 80 points. A +33 for Nico Hischier. How about that? Dougie Hamilton, folks. They were giving these bad boys away on Fan Appreciation Night. The little Dougie. And, excuse me for a moment. Whoop. Jesus, almost dropped him. Didn't want that to happen. But, as you can see here, just in time for the playoffs, a Dougie Hamilton jersey, so the collection, for my jersey collection, just in time for the playoffs. How about a career year for Dougie Hamilton? 22 goals, the most in his career, 52 assists for 74 points. Dougie Hamilton, ladies and gentlemen, is now your new leader in franchise history for Devils goals in a season by a Devils defenseman. The old record belonged to Scott Stevens, of course. But 22 goals for Dougie, not only a career year for himself, but the most goals in a season by a Devils defenseman. And I remember, Dougie Hamilton signing with the Devils. Why? Why would he go to that trash-ass franchise? You make me laugh. You really do. Idiots. All of you, the doubters, the haters, fuck you. Screw them all, baby. Screw them all. Oh, I'm being obnoxious as hell. I don't give a damn. Every single one who has either A, talked shit about the Devils, told us how this season was a fluke, this, that, and the other. Look at us now. Look at us now. We are here. We are legit. And we are bringing another Stanley Cup back to New Jersey, and you can take that to my grave. We move on to Jesper Bratt. 32 goals, 41 assists, 73 points. What's going to happen with Bratt this summer? I don't know. He signed his one-year prove-it deal. 70-point year. We'll see what happens. Dawson Mercer, how about this? Another 82-game year for Dawson Mercer. His Iron Man streak continues. 27 goals, 29 assists, 56 points. He's going to be a guy that's going to be one of those playoff-type guys, man. Dawson Mercer, keep an eye out for him. Thomas Tatar. Okay, so let's move to Thomas Tatar now. At the start of the year, myself included, we were looking at Thomas Tatar like, man, we signed this guy for how much? Wasn't real producing. In terms of underrated Devils, I think Thomas Tatar deserves that award. How about a 20-goal year for Tatar? 28 points. 28 assists. For 48 total points. If we can get him for the right price, bring him back. Bring him back. And Erik Haula, too. Erik Haula now, 14 goals, 27 assists for 41 points. Another 40-point guy. For a third liner, I'll take it. And there's been the stuff coming out about Pavel Zacha and NESN, New England Sports Network, the ones who cover the Bruins, and they're like, oh, these Devils fans talking about Pavel Zacha saying he was trash. Boy, they must be those streets aged like fine wine. I'm like, NESN, do your research. Pavel Zacha on the Devils was not good. I got Bruins fans who tell me, we know about Pavel Zacha. We knew he wasn't good with you guys. And he fits that Bruins system they have. I knew it from the start. I knew he would be performing good with Boston. I'm happy he's doing well. I'm happy he got an extension. Good for him. He found a team that worked for him. But to say, oh, we need to delete our tweets because we know how Zacha was bad. Yes, no. No. If I could trade Pavel Zacha again, I would do it. And we got a good guy in Erik Haula. 40 points for Haula? I'll take that. So, typical Bruins pundits. Whatever. Damon Severson, 33 points on the year, 7 goals, 26 assists. Yegor Sharangovich, a down year for him, 13 goals, 17 assists for 30 points. I think we'll be moving on from Yegor Sharangovich this season. Boy, was I wrong about him. Man, oof. Put that one in my bad takes. I thought Yegor would have been something, and take him away from Jack Hughes and put him on the third, fourth line. He just goes to nothing. So, Miles Wood, 13 goals, 14 assists for 27 points. Ryan Graves, 8 goals, 18 assists for 26 points. Michael McLeod, 4 goals, 22 assists, 26 points. He's the face-off guy. Not really, his offensive production is kind of a secondary thing because he's one of the best face-off leaders in the NHL. Andre Palat, 8 goals, 15 assists. Jesper Bachfist, 10 goals, 11 assists. Jonas Siegenthaler, 4 goals, 17 assists. John Marino, 4 goals, 14 assists. Nathan Bastian, 6 goals, 9 assists for 15 points. Timo Meier, since coming to New Jersey, 21 games played, 9 goals, 5 assists, 14 total points. Kevin Ball, 2 goals, 6 assists for 8 points. Brendan Smith had 5 assists on the year for 5 points. Luke Hughes, 2 games, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. Hopefully he gets some playoff time. Love to see it. And Curtis Lazar in his 4 games with the Devils. He's been on the injured out for a while. He had 0. And the goaltenders for this year, quick look at all goalies. Akira Schmid, who is emerging as the new backup for this team. How about 18 games played? He started in 14 of them, 9 wins, 5 losses, 2 overtimes, 2.13 goals against, and a save percentage of .922, and he had 1 shutout in there. Fantastic for Schmid. Vitek, or starter, boy, Vitek. Here's a guy that I loved the trade at the time, which was a good use of asset management. Using your extra draft picks to acquire a goalie who never had the really chance to be the starter in Washington. Boy, did he come in and have a great year. 33 wins on the year, 11 losses, 4 overtime losses, 2.45 goals against average, a .911 save percentage, and 3 shutouts on the year, and 52 games played. Way to go for Vitek. And then we get to Mackenzie Blackwood. Oh boy, Mackenzie Blackwood. 22 games played, 10 wins, 6 losses, 2 overtime losses, a 3.20 goals against average, and a .893 save percentage. Blackwood. Well, Mr. Blackwood, I think it's time for you to see the door. Considering the fact you gave up 4 goals Thursday and Schmidt comes in and saves 20 of 20 in relief, yeah, I think it's time to move on from Mr. Blackwood. And that is your team stats for the year. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your playoff preview. For only the 3rd time in 11 years, your New Jersey Devils are in the playoffs. And oh boy, we got ourselves a doozy. The New Jersey Devils will be playing in the first round none other than the New York Rangers. That is right, the Hudson River rivalry meets in the playoffs once again. The first playoff meeting since 2012. The infamous Henriquez over Game 6, where the Devils moved on to the Stanley Cup Finals, beating their rivals, the New York Rangers. So this is their first playoff meeting since then. 7th all-time meeting between the two teams. The series records, the Rangers have won 4 of those series. The Devils have won 2 of them. All-time playoff records between the two teams. 18 wins for the Rangers in the playoffs to the Devils 16 in the playoffs. And here's a little quick look at the Rangers and what they did this regular season. They finished 47, 22, and 13. That is 3rd place in the Metropolitan Division, 112 points. Their top leaders were in goals, Mika Zibanejad with 39. Assists goes to Artemi Panarin with 63. Points leader, Panarin with 92. New Jersey Devils are the slight betting favorite for those of you degenerates out there. And the season series, the Devils won that one 3-1. So the Devils pretty much took the season series from the Rangers. Here is your tale of the tape, and what will we be looking for? The bitter rivals meeting again. The two closest teams in the NHL, separated by 14 miles. That's it. 14 miles apart separate these two teams. It's the Hudson River rivalry. Through the tunnel. That stinking tunnel separates these two teams. Or the bridge, whatever you want to call it. But either way, they're separated by the rivers. And this is one of the most historic rivals in all of hockey. It doesn't really get talked about as much, but these two teams hate each other. And oh boy, those buildings are going to be packed. They're going to be loud. If you can afford the ticket to get into one, God bless you and good luck. I'll be watching at home. Because, let's just say playoff tickets are not cheap. But moving on. One of the main things, we're going to be looking at the lack of playoff experience for the Devils. Folks, it's simple. You got a bunch of babies on here making the playoffs for the first time. 95% of this roster has never been in the playoffs before. The only guys that have been, Nico, Dougie, Tatar, Holla, Severson, Wood, Andre Palat, Siegenthaler, Timo. Has Timo made the playoffs? I think he did, yeah. I want to say he did. Excuse me. And I think Brendan Smith has as well. But still, the majority of the key guys, this is their first times in the playoffs. Jack, Bratt, Mercer. You're looking at your top guys here, and a majority of them have never been in the playoffs before. So it's going to be interesting. Rangers, of course, coming off last season where they made the Eastern Conference Finals. So they got experience, man. They know how to go deep. You're looking at another mismatch here between the pipes. Look, I'm not going to be biased here. I know Igor Shesterkin is a top goalie in this league. It's facts. And they have the mismatch. They have the better goalie in net. And what will he do in the playoffs to top what he did last year? Will he go on another historic one? Granted, his regular season stats came down this year as expected, but what will the playoffs bring? Will he be that stone wall, or will he let in a few? Gonna have to see. And can Vitek step up? Can Vitek Vanacek step up to that? And if he can't, you're throwing him Kira Schmid. Why not? They're definitely not throwing in Blackwood. Ooh, boy, if they throw in Blackwood, man, you're looking at heads to be rolled. So there's that. As I said, Devils, can they solve playoff Igor? But here's one thing the Devils have, folks, and they've been doing it all year. No quit attitude. Most comeback wins in the regular season and the entire NHL this year. This team does not quit. They were down 4-1 Thursday in a meaningless game. Came back and won 5-4 in overtime. This team's been doing it all year. They do not quit. They will fight you. When they seem to be down and out, they find a way to come back. Now, granted, you don't want to be doing that in the playoffs. But if it does come down to that, don't count these guys out. Don't count them out. They will find a way. They play to that final horn, man, and I'll give this team that. And that is the difference between this year's Devils team and years past. They do not quit. Struggles on the man advantage for the Devils. As I pointed out, their power play, even though it improved from last year, it is still really, really bad. They just got to find ways to be consistent. I'm not asking for every power play you score a goal on, but you got to be consistent. Because if you go 0 for 4, 0 for 5, 0 for 3 even, on a power play in a playoff game, you're not going to win them. You got to score at least 1. Maybe 2. You got to take advantage when you're on the power play. And this team struggles to do that sometimes. On the Rangers' end, it's unfinished business for them. Like I said last year, they made the Eastern Conference Finals. Can they go back? Or will this Devils team step up to them? Do the Rangers have too much pressure on them? They went out and made moves of their own. Vladimir Tarasenko, Patrick Kane. They got pressure themselves. They're going all in. Will that be too much for the Rangers? And will they, tighten their sticks too much? Folks, Devils, I know the playoffs are completely different than the regular season, but the way the Devils played the Rangers at times, anything can happen. Anything can happen. And my last point here, I could see, honestly, this series either ending very quick with Igor just turning into a brick wall, or this series going 7. And with that, the New Jersey Devils will defeat the New York Rangers in 7 games. Let's go. This is our time. We are back. And, it's funny. You look at this team, people are going to doubt them. They're too young. They've never been in the playoffs before. Playoff hockey is a completely different beast, and I understand that. But people have been doubting us all year. We should have not have even been here. The Devils, hell, I've even said it sometimes too this year. Just based on their play. I called this team's fraud at one point. Fraudulent. I thought they would falter and just go back to their old selves. And that's what 10 years of losing will do to a team. 10 years of losing makes you sometimes wonder, will this team ever be good again? Will this team ever find a way to just break through, get over that hump? And well, they did that this year. They have made the playoffs with home ice advantage. They clinched before April. This team is special. And they got so many good pieces. And for many years to come. Jack Hughes is locked up. Nico Hischier is locked up. Dougie Hamilton is locked up. And they still got a couple more pieces coming. Why not? Show me what you got. Hey, you lose this series, you tip your cap. Hopefully it's not an embarrassing way. And you learn your lessons and you move on to next year where you become better. But why not? Why not win a playoff series? Why not go as far as you can? Take advantage of what you got. You are the underdogs this year. No one is really looking at you to go far. So prove them wrong. Prove them wrong like you've been doing all year. And who knows? You might get rewarded for it. Now, I'm not saying this is a Stanley Cup team, but enjoy the ride. Do what you can. And as the playoff motto is this year, Raise hell. Raise hell. Show me what you got. So with that, that is going to do it for this one. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you. Thanks for sticking around as I'm looking at my phone. I've been going for 40 minutes now, talking about this Devils team and what a ride it has been this year, but it's not over yet. Show them what you got, boys. Represent Jersey and go as far as you can. Raise hell, boys. Raise hell, and I will be watching along the way. So, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you all for watching. Of course, my name is Trevor, and I will see you for the next one. And let's go Devils!